What is going on, world? Is your boy Steve Dad back with yet another episode. And today I'm going to be talking about the Mayweather versus Paul fight. If you even want to call it that, I guess exhibition match. But the reason why I'm making this video, and initially I told myself I wasn't going to reply or respond or make any reaction videos based on it. But, they're just looking at the comments of some of these videos, like it's crazy the misconceptions people have in how it becomes readily available that a lot of people just don't understand boxing. So check out this brief intro. As soon as I get back, I'm gonna hit you with some heat. All right, welcome back. So, as many of you know, I spend a lot of time editing photos. Each time I'm taking automotive photography, one of my goals is to make certain that, I just add a very artistic approach to it. So you can see a Cutlass I shot over here. I guess you can probably barely see it on my middle monitor. And then here in the back end, you can see a Chevelle SS that I actually ended up taking that photo. I had horrible lighting. It was on a fly. Didn't have additional lighting with me. So what I ended up doing was just kind of cartoonizing it, kind of giving a cartoon effect. But anyways, without any further ado, let's jump right into the video. I'm going to use about a 6-minute clip from FightHype.com. If you have not already subscribed to their channel, make sure you do so, especially if you're a boxing fan. But let's get it rolling in 3, 2, 1, hit it.
What's going on, Mayweather? This is Nathan Addison with Black Sports Online. I'm actually curious to know, did Logan Paul's style and performance remind you of any past fighter that you fought?
Absolutely not. He was a little awkward. I can tell. I had to press the action.
All right, so real quick, and I'm gonna pause because based on the comments, if you look in the comments, you see a lot of people kind of reacting. You heard the crowd or the people, the spectators, are laughing when he said he was kind of awkward. But it's one of those things, like when you're in the ring with somebody who's not natively a boxer, or even a fighter for that matter, in that scope in terms of being in the ring, like their movements do seem a little bit awkward. I guess the best I could put it, use an analogy would be like if you ever got into a fight with a person who was drunk. And it's like all of their movements, they're just off because nothing is really logical, So it sometimes it takes a while to just kind of really piece that person together, figure them out, kind of figure out how they're going to move, how to get your timing together, because it's a lot different because they don't have that structure behind what they're doing. And that's pretty much all what I think he was saying there. I don't think that was one of those. I don't think that was the jab at him. He kind of laughed it off with everybody else, but really he was just awkward being up against him in the ring, which I can definitely see that. Facts.
I was pressing the action.
Facts.
He'll punch 2 punches, hold. 3 punches, hold. So there's none of that.
Hey, so look, low key, low key. By the second half of the fight, Mayweather was in there like a little bitty bully. You remember Mac from Mike Tyson's Punch Out? That's who Mayweather looked like. That's who he remind me of in there. And I guess, matter of fact, it's kind of like first round when Mac was fighting Glass Joe. For those of you who are old enough to remember that, that's kind of what the fight looked like to me.
I can do. I mean, as you guys see, he's putting his leg on the rope. He was fatigued, but it was either. I mean, when I talk about this exhibition, I'm gonna talk about he know how to hold. He's a great holder, a great grappler also. But like I said, I've been in this sport for so long.
So listen, I'm gonna give Paul credit for this. Being 30 pounds heavier than somebody, yes, lean on them, especially if you get to the point where you're struggling to keep up, right? All that additional body weight, you notice at times he was like slumped over, mate, literally leaning all the weight he possibly. He was practically laying on his shoulders at some points, and that wears on a person's legs. You see people in the same weight class leaning against each other, which has an impact. But when somebody outweighs you by 30 pounds, that's a lot of weight. That's a lot of weight to have on you, So kudos to him for that. I mean, it strategy made sense. He even tried using his jab a lot. It's just too slow. Like you can't hit what's not there.
So long, and tonight was just, I was letting people see that I'm able to come out at my age, at 44, and still sell out 30,000. and still
And
do
for the
things in
record,
Robertson
like
way.
I don't dislike Mayweather, but I'm not like one of those
Showtime
diehard Mayweather fans.
crash.
Like he's not my personal favorite.
I'm truly
But
blessed
you got to respect what
that
he's
I
done in the
can.
ring, what he's done for the
I'm not here
sport.
to really.
You know.
I'm not here to bash
So
anyone, talk bad about anyone. Of course, at my age, I'm not going to perform like when I was 19. I don't supposed to. It's all about growth and aging. You know, is my hair gonna be all black forever? Absolutely not. When I get older, it's gonna turn all gray. I understand that. That's a part of life. Am I gonna be able to fight like I was fought when I fought Diego Corrales or Arturo Gatti? Absolutely not, and I understand that. So, but the early sacrifice that I made, that I talked about.
see, and right now, even this entire point where he was kind of prefacing what he's about to say next about Pacquiao, like a lot of it was just trying to paint the picture so he can kind of explain to people like this isn't my approach of bashing him, but looking at the comments on that post and seeing stuff I've seen online, there are so many people that feel like, man, oh, Mayweather, that was a low blow. He throwing jabs at Pacquiao, but like if you really listen to what he's saying, like it's just pure facts. It's about understanding the industry. I'm gonna let him say that, then I'm gonna pause it again. But for those of you who haven't seen this video yet,
company from 1996 to 2006.
Once you get signed with top rank, you made it.
Beat the best fighters.
You made it.
Didn't make 8 figures at all. I would make 8 million, 7 million, 6 million on the regular. As soon as I became my own boss, my first paycheck was 8 figures. And from there, I was able to pay myself more and more, and I was able to be my own boss and earn.
This is a little bit of the business side of Mayweather that you're hearing right now,
And it's not bashing any fighter when I talk like this. Not bashing any fighter.
Floyd, you mentioned.
Hold on.
Sorry.
When I come and do an exhibition or come out and box and have some fun, I do it because I want to do it, not because I have to do it. Whereas Pacquiao, at his age, which is sad that he has to fight,
Hold on, my light just cut off on me. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. We'll keep rolling. I'll make some adjustments. We'll make it make sense. All right, still rolling. Sorry about that, but hopefully this will do it. So, what he's saying is,
I'm financially set, and
he's saying that he's financially comfortable. He goes on to talk about his investments and things like that in the real estate, his car collection, a lot of different things. But this is the part that many people aren't realizing, is that like he's saying that Pacquiao deserves to be paid. Pacquiao has the potential to be paid a lot more than what he's made during his career. But a lot of that is because he never understood how to quite position himself. I'll put it in a perspective that many people can understand. So take a look at, let's say, let's use Prince for an example. If I had to compare Mayweather in boxing, I would compare him to Prince when it comes to music. And what I mean about that is, like, Prince was a master of his craft. He was great at what he did. He knew that, the world knew that, right? But he also understood the business side of things. He also understood the importance of having control over his masters. That's why before Prince passed away, you didn't find his music on Pandora or Spotify. You know what I mean? He wasn't going for that, right? If you wanted to listen to or play his music, you were going to pay a premium, because he knew what he was worth and he demanded what he was worth. And that's basically what Mayweather is saying he did, right? When he branched off and he started his own thing, right? When he became essentially his own boss, right? He then was able to tell people, hey, I know my worth, and if you want me to perform, this is what it's going to cost you, to where they didn't have a choice. So he stopped allowing himself to basically be pimped by, the others who had been in the industry. And a lot of music artists, they kind of end up along that same pathway where, they start giving away their masters or things like that. And then later on in their career, they realize, man, I don't have anything. But we like, yo, your record's still spinning, but they left with nothing because they signed all that stuff away for what seems like a lot of money. So like even he was saying seven figures, like, you know, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, $9 million to somebody who hasn't had a ton, that could seem like a whole lot of money. But to somebody with a much bigger vision and know their potential, you know, and that's what I think he's kind of touching bases on, is like Pacquiao shouldn't be in a position where he has to fight for money, you know. But anyways, I'm not even gonna play this whole thing. If you want to check out the full video, because I want to keep my video less than, you know, close to 10 minutes or something. But if you want to check out the whole thing, make sure you go to fighthype.com. Check out this entire interview. They got the full interview on there. They got all the hottest content. In fact, Floyd Mayweather goes on to say how Fight Hype is one of the people who it's a mutual respect thing, and he oftentimes gives them exclusive interviews or goes to them first, things like that. Anyways, hey, thanks for tuning in. As I've always said, if there's something you want to see me do a review video on, post a link in a comment or hit me up on Instagram. On Instagram, you can find me under Custom Car Owners. You can kind of see that tag here. I don't know if you can see that far over, but Custom Car Owners with no space on Instagram. It's one of my IGs. I've got some other stuff going on, but all of my YouTube information, it all goes to this channel that you're watching right now. So make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Steve Dad, signing out.